Nice to meet you. This is my daughter Belen.
Then we're going to start.
Sister Emily.
Okay, this is Torker serial number 1. It actually wasn't called Torker. I made it exclusive for our young son, Doug Johnson, who was racing at the Anaheim track and said the swim bikes were too heavy and you make it lighter one. So I said I'll make it out of aircraft tubing. That's where we got started. We made it in our garage using the basic tools, file, grinder, and drill press, nothing exclusive. We made, I don't know how many we made from pillar bar to start with. This originally was called Texon, then Johnson Engineering. It's never been called Torker. It's the basic one that
Steve came up with the Torker name.
Steve Johnson did.
Yes.
That's right, yeah. That's after he took over the company.
Yes.
After I built 31 frames, we sold them, some to Steve Ring, and some of the kids that came by. I decided it was time to quit. I had a full-time job anyway, so these were made at night, on weekends, and whatever. So then Steve took over, and eventually called it Torker. From the company Torker, the National Cycle for the racing apparel, and then he took it from there, and I faded out. All I did was a payroll and helped out there.
That's awesome.
That's all I did. That's where it got started.
Well, thanks so much for your time, Joe.
You're sure welcome.
it's... Look, he even put the bow.
I was seeing Jimmy Walker.
That is so cool.
And those are skate park forks too. Those aren't racing forks.
And I knew that, okay, so like I made out with him in I didn't remember this. He's like,
I can't even imagine riding one of these anymore. I'm like...
I got first in all 4 races, but all I could think about was, and you rode them out of the park.
That guy in the photo made it look like it was natural, though.
Part of my spirit, yeah.
I say you put the helmet on and you stand right next to it.
Oh, look at that. I don't think it's... Unbelievable how the exact bike. I mean, it's got everything on it. I mean, even to the tape that I put on for the coaster brake. When I took off the coaster brake, I had freewheel. It's that identical.
I talked to you about it, you remember?
It's right here. It's here. It's on there.
Dude, I have some of the parts I wanted to replicate that bike.
It's even got the white bow on the Botima forks.
Oh, look at that. Oh, you're stoked. You're double stoked.
It was stolen out of my garage. I don't know where it is.
I was just telling Steve that when I rode for him, you know, he gave me a great opportunity by one, in his support of me as a rider, and then later as a guy that invested in me and allowing me to do the first freestyle bike. So he teamed up with me, and that was great. I mean, it was lucky kind of for both of us. So I remember sitting with him and saying that, hey, I want to do this bike, and I can do it with you guys or without you, but I'd like to do it with you, and they gave me a chance. So that was the beginning of creating freestyle fight.
Kids on that tour and trying to get them to stay on the
Enjoyed the last week or so, a lot of YouTube videos with you, and equipment that you made, though, it was above and beyond. It's fantastic what you've done for the sport, and it's done for people because you spawned a lot of youth.
Hi, I'm Johnny Johnson.
Throughout the country and throughout the world.
I'm Johnny. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy for me to see all this stuff and where it's gone. So.
Of 1969, before the soldiers came, the life was cheap.
It's you. Right there. Jeff, put your hand up so everybody knows who you are. From Minnesota. And Mike Gamstead is over there. And the yellow hat over there. And I really like to express myself and how much I appreciated riding for Torker and how they took me from a local kid, regional, rider, and took me to big national prominence by making me live the dream at 10, 11, 12 years old. It was an awesome ride, and I'm glad to see that the Torker name is still going to be around for a long time on there. So, Steve and the Johnson Engineering Clan, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Bob.
Hey guys, how are you? So Bob couldn't make it, and I'm a reasonable facsimile of the old Bob Harrow. So it's nice to see all the love and support here for the sport of BMX, and I know we all have a deep affection and rich history for BMX, and it's awesome that you come to an event like this and we can all step back in time, see our friends, and check out all the old rides that we used to ride, and remember how cool they were, that they're still cool today. And so anyway, it's a big honor for me to be here and to be part of the sport of BMX and the culture. And it's obviously, you guys know, BMX changed my life, and I think it changed a lot of your lives as well. And today is a big day to see the Johnsons and the Torker family, because they were instrumental in my life and made a big change for me. And I don't think I ever really got a chance to tell them formally and in person, what a difference they made to me as a young kid. And I started working with them probably around 16 or 17 years old, and I was doing artwork at that time, helping and working at their house in the backyard, painting signs for coming events, like their sponsorship signs and things like this, or just with their logos. So they gave me a chance, and I'm truly thankful for that. And also, the Johnson family, kind of embody what the sport of BMX is people that are passionate about the sport, and they make a contribution. They started a company, and 30-some years later, they've made a difference, and their brand is still there as well. So what if you guys put your hands together and give these guys a big thanks. So I can say personally, I'll never forget the opportunity that it gave me as a young kid, and believed in me and allowed me to do things in BMX and for their company, and it changed my course. I was a typical kid, had a lot of distractions going on at the time, but BMX gave me a focus. But probably the biggest thing that happened too was meeting them, and I was a rider for the Torker team, but I was riding in a little obscure facet of BMX, which was freestyle, and it wasn't even called freestyle at the time. So I was, like you've heard before, I was a BMX racer, but wasn't that good. I was a better show-off. And I rode a Torker back then, if you can see the old pictures of the double top tube, and that was the inspiration for the first Haro Freestyler. And the Johnsons gave me an opportunity by believing in me and my idea and vision for doing a freestyle bike. And I remember sitting down with Steve, and I said, hey Steve, I want to do a freestyle bike. And I think I was a little bit cocky at the time. I said, I'd like to do this, and I'd like to do it with you, and if you can't, then I'll do it without you. But fortunately, we did it together, and we changed the history of bicycles and BMX. So good job, and I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, Johnsons. I really appreciate it. So anyway, that's my silly story, and again, a great opportunity to be in front of you guys and the Johnsons and say thanks. So I appreciate it. Oh, I forgot one last thing. Sorry, I'm a little out of practice at these things. So I made a print of a Torker rider, and this was a drawing that I did back in 1979. And this drawing here, let me hold it up here. This drawing here that I did was for the first ad for my little company that was called Factory Plates. And Eddie, you're going to have to help me. I think this was you, a sketch of you that I did. And I did a little 1-6-page ad in BMX Action magazine. And I put this together, and I thought it would be a nice present to the Johnsons.
Can we get one of those prints? Can we buy those?
Soon.
There you go.
That's the only one right now. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to